Today, we're going to talk about business content and virality. Specifically, how much should you be obsessed with going viral and the algorithm. Now, my name is Vince Quinn. I'm the creative director of SBX Productions. I help business owners make podcasts and content to grow their business. And for us, we do that ourselves, right? And it's funny because we spent months planning a show, putting everything together, getting ready to post it. Day of the post, we get our first comment. And the first comment that we get for our show is, "You making content about people making podcasts ain't hitting the algorithm, bud." Let's talk about the misconception here of why this person is completely right in their negativity. They have no idea how correct they are, because when it comes to virality, the goals are completely different. The approach to why you're making the content, who it's for, the overall messaging of it, it is completely different than anything that you're doing for your business, especially the tighter that your niche is. So let's go through some of the basic elements of virality together for viral content. So your goal, first off, is to entertain people. You want to make something that makes people laugh, makes them shocked, makes them go, "Oh, that's so cute." Whatever it is, you want to, right? That is entertainment. So you want to entertain people with what you're putting out there. The other thing is you want content that is very easy to understand, because for a universal audience that you're dealing with, you want them to just pick it up and immediately get it. It is a simple human connection that builds the value of the content. So how do you find that, and how do you put it into what you make? And beyond that, you are connecting with a general audience. When you're doing that with people potentially all over the country, all over the globe, then the way that you do this is different. Your audience is different. So all of those things together make viral content, right? If you're consistently in the viral content machine, and by doing that, applying to a massive global audience that's easy to understand, that just plucks at your emotions, whatever emotion that may be. That leads to massive views, which leads to advertising revenue and leads to sponsors. That is a path that you go on. But you're building another business when you do that. I want to be abundantly clear in this case. Unless you are a master marketer, like you are one of the best marketers on the planet and you have all these resources and you could do amazing things, or you have a lot of time to put into the creativity of it. There are always exceptions to the rule. Most of the time, the people that we work with, they're entrepreneurs. They're doing a bunch of different jobs. They don't have the time or the energy to invest in making the most dynamic, viral content that's also good marketing. You have to pick one. So pick one. And pick the side that supports your business. When you're making this, what do you want the content to do for your business? So think on that and guide everything around that. Do not focus on being viral. Just to illustrate this a little bit more, the absurdity of comparing viral content with your business content, I will do the dumbest thing that I could possibly do, which is get Mr. Beast's audience, the biggest YouTuber on the planet, and compare him with mine, guy that you might not even know who I am. So let's start here. What is the age of Mr. Beast's audience? Well, a lot of times they're younger, sure, but anybody who's anybody can sit down and watch a Mr. Beast video and probably, at the very least, understand what's going on. These people could live anywhere, whether it's a certain city, a certain country, a certain continent. It really doesn't matter. People in space, anybody can go and sit down and enjoy a Mr. Beast video, really wherever they are. Do they have to have a certain job to be interested in Mr. Beast? No, they don't. Do they have to make a certain amount of money to understand Mr. Beast? Really, no. Doesn't matter. So it is completely universal. And the only problem that he's solving is, I'm bored. I'm looking for something to do. I want a good laugh. I want to be entertained, right? That's it. Do any of those situations sound like yours? Because for me, I am making podcasts for business owners. This is niche-y, right? This is not everybody. I walk into a room, not everybody is looking for this. This is not insurance, right? I'm not a financial planner. I'm not like something that is overwhelmingly universal. So I have a niche audience, and you might too. My audience, more often than not, between 30 and 70. They are a business owner, they're a marketing agency, they're a PR agency, and for us, we're fortunate enough we work with some co-working spaces. And that's been really great too. But beyond that, we're talking about people that are mostly in the Philadelphia area, but can be national. We do work with clients all across the country. We have one or two people that call in from Canada, and we have relationships with them as well. So that's our scope. And beyond that, you need to have enough finances to run a podcast. It's a marketing operation, right? So do you have a business with a marketing budget or not? And with that marketing budget, are you trying to grow your business through podcasting, your content, right? Like, if you're not doing those things, you're not calling me. I'm in a very specific place. I know that. I'm comfortable with that. And because of that, I'm not doing anything to be mass audience, because even if I got 500 million people to watch a single video of mine, what percentage of them is actually even interested in what I do? And am I showcasing what I do in that content? So that's the challenge that you deal with. That's why this is so relentlessly focused on you and your needs and your goals and your business and your audience and what they need. And you keep it that simple relentlessly. Now, I understand if you're hearing all of this and going, Vince, how could you possibly say that I shouldn't go viral? We're in the modern age, baby. Everybody's trying to go viral, right? We all want to hit the lottery. We all want 2,000 views on a reel. I mean, yes, we do, but am I dictating my whole business around that style when none of it lines up with what I need to do on a day-to-day basis? Absolutely not. And you shouldn't either. So here's how you treat the algorithm. Make good content. Is your message clear? Right? That's the main thing that you do. The algorithm is off to the side. It's not something you obsess about. It's something that you're aware of. When it comes to the algorithm, if you're only on YouTube, if you're only on Instagram, you're only on LinkedIn, it's the only way you connect with people, then yes, be very mindful of the algorithm and the rules, right? If there are certain things that you can do that are very simplistic, that work into your workflow and improve your content, great. Go and do those things. Be mindful of them. But algorithms do change quite a bit. So don't be completely married to it. Also, those things that are optimal for the algorithm might not be the things that you are fully capable of or have the resources to do. So don't be obsessed with that. Again, is your message clear? Are you making good content? That's the number one focus. I mean, for me, with what I'm doing with my business, we repurpose the shit out of our content, okay? We're putting it everywhere. And with that idea being, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all the different podcast platforms, YouTube, newsletter, like all this different stuff. We're in a million different places. If I obsessed about the algorithm of all of these different things, I'd be completely paralyzed. I'd need a team of 20 different people, and I wouldn't be able to make it happen in the first place. I had to make a decision to say, okay, we need to advertise. We need to do it in as many places as possible. I'm going to have a very strong message through a podcast, and I'm going to put it on as many platforms as I possibly can. And from there, it's all evaluation. If it turns out that, you know what, TikTok loves this shit, great. Love it. Let's put more into TikTok. If YouTube hates it, so be it. If it turns out that Instagram, it's not doing well up front, others are doing okay, we'll evaluate those things and make adjustments as we need to. Maybe we do longer clips on one platform versus another. But for now, we're building the foundation of our marketing plan, and we just need to make sure that the message is clear, the content is good, our processes to get it on all those platforms are sound, and we're happy with the end product, and it's doing what we need it to do, which is generate leads. That's why we're here. And if it's not generating leads, it's not good. That's far more important to us. If I'm not getting people booked on my calendar, if I get one person booked on my calendar a month, that's worth more than 100 subscribers to me, because that person is paying me. So that's where the focus is. That's why I'm not obsessed with the views. That's why I'm not obsessed with the algorithm. And if the views matter to you, because look, you are on all these platforms all the time, there is a jealousy factor. Maybe you're trying to keep up with your competition. Whatever it might be, you want to get the views. Odds are with your business, you have evergreen principles that you can apply. And for the content that you're making, you want to include those in what you make. And by doing that, people can visit 3 months later, 6 months later, 4 years later, 10 years later, and it's still relevant. Whether you're reposting it, you're doing new clips out of it that you didn't cut before, like whatever it is, there's so many different ways to reintroduce that content. And as your audience grows organically for your niche market, Well, now they'll go back, they'll check those things out. You reintroduce it, your new audience finds it. Like, it all comes together, it all ties together. The views will come over time. But if you're doing this expressly for the sake of getting views, those are not the people that will pay you. So solve their problems, and anything else, it's all gravy. Hope that helps. Thanks for listening to It's Not Just Talking. Make sure to subscribe wherever you're checking out the podcast. And if you want us to help on your podcast, go to sbxproductions.com or check the show notes to book an appointment.